Hey everybody, me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel. If you don't already know, thanks for joining me on the live today. I thought I'd drop in and do a live. I'm trying to hone up my skills here on the StreamYard. There are so many different facets of this program, of this app, that I haven't ever used, played with editing wise, and being able to bring other things onto the screen instead of having to pre-record. There's a lot of questions I had. Well, I had a lot of those questions answered today by my friend Dave, not in Cali. If you don't know who that is, go check out his channel. But at any rate, he answered my questions, and at that point, I started trying to figure it out myself. So this is my first trial run at doing things differently, or doing more stuff on the StreamYard. So please bear with me if I'm a little wonky at moving these frames around. I'm actually trying to do a crash test dummy, crash course in brain surgery, trial and error, learn as you go on a live today. Just what I'm doing, folks. Kind of needed to do it anyway, so I figured I'd come to y'all with some news, some things I've been finding on, mostly over on X in the last 24 hours, and a couple of things that I thought really needed to be shared that were said on the news media platforms as well. Now, like I said, please bear with me. I don't know how great I am at moving these things around as well as I need to. Like I said, the StreamYard is a new one for me. I've only used it maybe a half a dozen times, and every time I seem to learn a little more. So here we go. Practice run one more time. First off, I want to say thanks for showing up, everybody in the comment section. Let me see who we got here right off the bat. We got Ash. We got Corey. We got Nancy. We got Lizette. Alrighty, did I forget anybody? Welcome to the show, folks. Each and every one of you, everybody dropping in. I do have several things I'm going to bring to y'all today. A lot of them are really short clips that I found over on X. Some of them are a little comical, but some of them are a little bit about what's really been going on with our country lately. Now, there is word that Biden is going to get nuked on Sunday, or they're going to make a final decision on Sunday. Joe Manchin said that. I've seen the chatter on the news that everything is being put off till Sunday or Monday as far as any kind of cooperation one way or another. Is it coming or is it going? And they're trying to keep all this under wraps. But truth be known, they're going to find out by Sunday or Monday if Biden's still in the race, because there has been this news story that has caught fire this morning over on X about $90 million worth of Biden campaign funds that will not be happening unless they pull the trigger on what they're going to do in this race. They're trying to squeeze him out, and it's obvious, it's really apparent at this point. And I think I got a clip about that as well here at the top. Get enough people in here, I will start one of these video clips. Just first off, let me know, is my volume good? No problems, no spooling, is everything perfect? Somebody give me a thumbs up in the comment section. I'm going to get over here and play with the banners a little bit. Alrighty. Now, this very first clip I have for y'all today is, it's a doozy. Let me just say, I'm going to try to put it up here like this. Hold on just a second, folks. Bear with me. All right. First clip of the day. We'll start at the bottom and go from there. Now, if y'all listen to country music, there's a guy named John Rich. He's actually done collaborations with several rock and roll people. And I believe he did a collaboration with Tommcdonald as well. But he's very conservative, and he has put out a new song this morning called Revelation, and it's going viral on Spotify. So I went over to John Rich's channel this morning over here on Twitter just to listen to it myself. And I did decide I was going to bring y'all the Tommcdonald reaction video. Closer to the end of this live stream, Tommcdonald dropped a new one this morning as well. It's a great song as well. It's called Heroes. It's about the everyday people like me and you. Now let's go ahead and get into this very first John Rich clip that I found. Pretty comical. He shared it. I don't believe this is his original clip, but at any rate, When people share clips like this, it shows you what side of the fence it's on. All right, here we go. Let me make sure I can see. All right, perfect, y'all. It actually takes me out of screen when I do this. It takes me over to the other screen. And so let me jump back in. Hold on just a second, folks. Bear with me, please. Like I said, this is the first time for me doing it this way. John Rich, let's share this thing. Alrighty, here we go.
So although the fact is,
all right, y'all can see it perfect. All right, here we go. Back to it.
so although I wish I were here, with better news, the fact is that you and I are sitting here today because this will be your last week of employment. This is not an assessment of your productivity. You're going to try not to take this personally.
Well, I just had a bad night.
So although
they got the best of memes over here on X, on Twitter. That was actually John Rich shared that meme as well. And like I said, he's got a new song out. If you like country music, it is not a bad song. Come out today. It is, like I said, it's called Revelation. I won't play it on here for copyright reasons and things, but you're welcome to go check out John Rich over here on X and Twitter. Got it right here free. I don't know if it's on YouTube or not yet. Probably is. All right, let's get back into, let's go back to the main screen. Now, let's see, we got 8 people in here now. Look it over here in the comment section. I tell you, folks, I'm still a little wonky with opening and closing these tabs. So please bear with me. But we're going to try that again. Like I said, I got several tabs here. This is actually more of a practice run for me, more than anything, as far as how to maneuver. See, before I knew how to copy video clips, bring them over here, and share them on screen. That's actually more work than having to do it this way. Once I get more comfortable doing it this way, I don't have to actually download the videos in order to show the videos to y'all on a live stream. Because pre-recording stuff is okay, but it's very time consuming. So I was actually trying to cut out one of the many steps it takes to make these videos look better. And so that's what I'm doing here today, folks. So please bear with me. All right, let's jump into it. Let's try to let's throw another one up. All right. Sorry about all the clicking around, folks. Now this here is Gunther Engelman. I follow Gunther Engelman over here on Twitter. Or on X. He's really great at making memes. Very smart guy. Very patriotic. Just one of the many that I follow over here. He just cranks out good stuff. Now this is a Putin meme. After what we heard in the debates, when Putin was called Zelensky, or Zelensky was called Putin, and then Trump was called the VP. It's been a crazy week, I'm telling you. And these folks are nuts. I'm not even going to lie to you. Biden and the whole Biden administration has lost their mind. They can't keep a time schedule to save their life. I've been watching these press conferences all week. There's been one every day, pretty much, on Biden's cognitive ability, all the many barrage of questions that Kareem Jean-Pierre Curly Fries has to deal with every day. And it's all about the same questions about is Biden going to be replaced? And is he cognitively functional enough? And after the debate, after George Stephanopoulos' interview, after what we watched last night, this is just after what we've seen today, it's not getting any better. And I'm glad to see people like George Clooney finally bailing on this guy. Barack Obama is behind getting Joe out of there because they know he's a loser. And they don't even believe that they got somebody that can beat him or do better in the polls, but they know it's a guaranteed goose egg under Joe. And so they're panicking. They're trying to figure something out. In the meantime, us Republicans, us conservatives, we're enjoying every minute of it. This is getting better by the minute. It's been a long time since we've seen wins on our side back to back to back to back. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get into this 19-second clip here. Too funny.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
I
imagine Putin did watch the debate, watch Zelensky and Biden get together at the NATO summit. I'm just positive that's the way it goes down, folks. I'm sure that's how it is. I'm sure most world leaders have been watching what's going on in our country right now, especially on the news cycles when it comes to bumbling Joe Biden. It's actually sad for our country, but at times it is comical just to see how bad they're falling apart so quickly. They are coming apart at the seams. And I'm not talking about just Joe Biden and his slip and sell, but the entire Democratic apparatus. And that is good news for us, folks. That is great news for us, as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's see who we got over here in the comment section. We got Dylan in here now. We got Lisa in here now. All right. Good to see everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, there's John, American in Brazil. If y'all don't know John, go check out his channel. All righty, folks. Y'all ready to get back into another clip? Let's do this. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this one more time. All right, we go to top screen, present screen, share screen. Now this here's a clip by one of my favorite, one of the people I listen to quite a bit or follow pretty closely over here on X as well. It's a lady named Salty Texan. She is definitely an activist and likes to give it to him. When it comes to giving the left hell, she'll get on there and argue with anybody about anything if it's against America. I love it. All right, here we go. One of her great clips she put out this week as well. Salty Texan, go check her out too if you're ever on X. Now this is you see it now better than ever with the resignations of the bad apples. They're tired. They tried for a coup. It didn't work. So a lot of them are like rats fleeing a ship. Now check this out.
Administration, we are taking power out of Washington, D.C. and returning it to the American people where it belongs. And you see it now better than ever with all of the resignations of bad apples. They're bad apples. They tried for a coup. Didn't work out so well. And I didn't need a gun for that one, did I? All was taking place at the highest levels in Washington, D.C. You've been watching, you've been seeing, you've been looking at things that you wouldn't have believed possible in our country. Corruption at the highest level, a disgrace. Spying, surveillance, trying for an overthrow. And we caught them. We caught them. Democrats are obsessed with hoaxes, delusions, and witch hunts. That's what they're obsessed with. That's what they want to do. And we can play the game just as well or better than they do.
Wow. I love it. I love it. That's a good one too, folks. All right, we're going right on down the line. Let's go to the next one. Let's see what else I got for you here. We go. Back to it. All right. Now, this is just a post from Trump. It says Republicans in Congress should attach the very important SAVE Act to the next continuing resolution. Stop the steal, guard the vote. Let the Democrats try to explain why they are against this. Not doable. DJT. What I agreed with months ago is while the Democrats are still in power on their way out, a lot of them, including Joe Biden, we shouldn't give them anything in Congress. Mike Johnson shouldn't sign off on one more piece of legislation, not one more appointed cabinet member as far as these judicial seats. I would just stop the ball rolling. There's no point from this point forward for Republicans to negotiate with Democrats on anything. No more of these push the budget down the road spending packages, temporary Band-Aid, CRs, what they're calling continued resolutions. Stop kicking the thing down the curb. Stop dealing with it. I would not be Mike Johnson. If I was Mike Johnson right now, I would not be letting the Democrats win every time there's a budget reform bill that comes before the floor, which is about every 2 or 3 months because they never get any of them fixed. Trump's got the great idea right here. If the Republicans did this a year ago, we would have had the SAVE Act through a year ago because they wanted that 2.1 trillion, that 1.7 trillion, and they got it. But the Republicans weren't smart enough to get the wall closed. Anything in return, other than just giving the Democrats what they want, the spending in Ukraine, I would say not another dollar gets spent through allocations of the Congress unless they're willing to do just this right here. Agree to the SAVE Act. If the Senate doesn't pass the SAVE Act, stop dealing with them because we can't force them to do it, but we sure don't have to continue helping them with every little spending pet project that they have. It's ridiculous at this point. And I'm glad to see Trump put this out here. It'd be nice if Mike Johnson listened to Trump instead of his lobbyist. The military-industrial complex, otherwise known as Washington's big donors, between Big Pharma and the military-industrial complex and the banking system, big business controls Washington in so many ways. That's why our borders are open. They're having to find new constituents because they've about drove themselves out of popularity with everybody in this entire country. They're trying to import the next herd of sheep because we have already woken up. We see what's going on in this country. We know what we're up against, and we know we don't want another 4 years of it. It is out of the question. All right, folks. Let me jump back in here real quick. I remember what I'm doing. Oh, we got big 12 of us in here now. All right. Who else we got in here? Esteban. Hey, friends. First time here. Well, welcome to the party. Glad to see you, Esteban. We welcome new people here on this channel, and most conservative channels do. Most of them that I know, all the people that I know in this podcasting world, my friends William Archibald and Romeo and Matt and so many other, John. We don't just appreciate our listeners. We're good people. We're not like these Democrats trying to elbow somebody's daughter out of the photograph like Nancy Pelosi. We're not those types. We're loving people. If you don't know it to be true, go to a Trump rally. Never seen a single fight at a Trump rally. I don't even know that it's ever happened. Just to show you put 1,000 or 10,000 Trump supporters in a closed-in area. See Trump, nope, no awkward commotion. You put 20 lefties in a room, you're going to have a forest fire. Just crazy facts. I hate to say it, but the Democrats are crazy. They're showing it by showing us their teeth and their salty tears on every one of these mainstream media stations because they're not getting their way for once. For once, they're not winning this fight. And just on that alone, I'm glad to see it. It is about time we get some wins. I've been doing this podcasting about 3 years now, and I realized that we have been taking it on the chin left and right, ever since Joe Biden illegitimately did the thing back in 2020. Our country has been in disrepair ever since. And I'm glad to see maybe we're going to turn the ship around. Matter of fact, I was thinking about all these congressional hearings that we've had all this time, all these investigations, all these subpoenas, all this teeth pulling that doesn't actually go anywhere. I thought this is a waste watching Congress get up there and have talking points for donor dollars. I do watch a lot of this stuff myself because I want to keep up. But at the same time, I think this is theater. This is show. This is an act. Then I realize it's both. It's a show, it's an act and everything, but it's also an investigation. Whether it's by court of law or not, it's at least case building, information, document storing cases that can be handed off to special counsel, grand juries. There's so many different ways to prosecute, attorney general, prosecutors. I hope that all this 3.5 years of investigating the Biden family and investigating Merrick Garland and Mayorkas and all these corrupt people that we know, the Epstein Island list, that we know are part of the problem. I hope that everything that we have brought light to in Congress in the last 3.5 years, I hope we get investigative teams to look into that, take the next step of sending out not just more subpoenas, but indictments, true bills. Because there's a lot of people that have caused a lot of criminal action against our country in the name of their own greed. And it's obvious. It's clear as day. I could see it from here. And I'm nowhere near Washington, D.C. So I'll be glad to see the day that Trump gets back in there, to see if he decides to put half a dozen teams of attorney general-like power, special counsels together to not just collect this evidence that the Congress has been collecting, but to do something with it. I think we're all hoping for that. Hey, there's JK Memes. What's going on, JK? All right, let's go here. Let me get into this next one here for y'all. JK Memes, he started up a channel not too long ago. He does a lot of really creative memes. He makes his own. Takes like Disney posters, pictures of Disney posters and stuff, and puts Joe Biden's head where it probably don't belong, but things like that. You know what I'm talking about. But go check him out if you haven't already. Now let's go ahead and get back into this. I got several more clips I want to get to with y'all today. I do have a Tommcdonald reaction video a little closer to the end, I believe it is. Love me some Tommcdonald. Got a new song out today. It's a banger. All right, here we go. Do my whole share screen again. All right, let's go. Check this out, folks. Now, this is what I was telling you earlier about Biden. Biden is losing his donors as we speak. There is going to be a major shift this weekend. They're going to figure it out by Monday if Biden's off the ticket or not, because there's money on hold now until the Biden administration figures out what the hell they're doing. So listen here. Here it is, folks.
Mary Alice, the New York Times is now reporting that some major Democratic donors have put roughly $90 million in pledged donations on hold if President Biden remains on top of the ticket. What more can you tell us about that?
And this is really interesting. We don't have this reporting yet. This is according to the New York Times, but this would be hugely significant. I mean, in a campaign, you follow the money always. And while donors obviously don't get a vote, they can change a lot of votes. And especially because the White House, the campaign, has sort of told us since that debate, since that disastrous debate performance by the president, they've told us they fundamentally believe that they can still sort of organize their way to victory, that they have ground games, they have volunteers, they have campaign offices in these key battleground states. If the money dries up, it makes it significantly harder to do that organizing work. And so it puts even more pressure then on those public performances, on the national narrative, on those headlines. So I think
Good.
that it's hugely significant if the New York Times has that right. We've reached out to sources. I reached out to sources at the party and at the campaign to see if that's true or if they're reacting to that. But obviously, we've been in touch with donors these last few days and few weeks, and we've heard a lot of anxiety, but that would be really big news.
Now, President Biden said Vice President Harris is up for the job, but that he wouldn't consider leaving the race unless polls show there's no chance he could win. What did you make of that? Is he leaving the door open here at all? And is it definitely Vice President Harris if he were to step away?
I think yes to that last part. Absolutely.
Ooh, that's terrifying. It's either Joe or Kamala. So if you listen to my channel and you're not registered to vote, I don't know what's wrong with you, because we got to vote these clowns out. I do not want deadbeat Joe, the zombie, who can't even finish a sentence on the teleprompter. Guy can't walk straight, poops his pants, and I could go on and on about all his horrible atrocities, starting with policies. And Kamala's, I think, is worse. I think she is just, I don't know, she's a puppet. And she's not that great. I think even the black voters know she's just horrible. That's what you get when you get a DEI hire in there. They'll never get to be the boss and actually be able to handle the reins of the White House when they're a DEI hire. You know, you're supposed to hire people on their credentials, on their abilities. That wasn't the case when he picked Kamala, or when Obama picked Kamala, and now they're stuck with it. So we're either getting Joe Biden or Kamala, but both of them have got to be wiped off of the 2024 battleground playing field of the voting system that we're going to deal with. Kind of weird way to word it, but we got to beat them at the box. We got to make it too big to rig. We've got to stop all this. We got to stop all this influx of these illegals getting registered to vote. That's why we have to get the SAVE Act done. If the Republicans don't stick together on this SAVE Act and they pass $1 more worth of legislation for the Democrats, I won't know what else to say other than Mike Johnson's got to go. Not that that ain't the case already, but maybe when Trump gets back in there, he'll put somebody else in there like Steve Scalise. He would have been a much better pick at this point. I prefer Matt Gaetz myself, but that's just me. All right, folks. But the word is out. I've seen this on 3 stations now, and it's on the Gateway Pundit as well. $90 million in pledges are basically on hold. Biden ain't getting the money unless they make up their mind. Like I said, Joe Manchin said they will be making up their mind. We'll know something Sunday or Monday. Karine Jean-Pierre is going to have to come out and say Joe Biden's just fine, but he's dropping out. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know if they have the mechanics in works to make it happen. That is really the hard part for them. There's even a couple of swing states that Biden, if he is not on the ticket, then they will not be able to replace him on the ticket unless he's 25th Amendment or he passes away. I think Wisconsin is one of those states that he really needs to win, and I think Wisconsin is the very state that he's on the ticket already. There is no replacing him with Kamala on the ticket. That's not even possible at this point in Junction. There's 3 states that way. If y'all didn't know, FYI. Let's go ahead and get into this next clip I got here for y'all as well. Yeah, there's enough of that. I don't like to listen to more ABC than I absolutely have to, but that's absolutely the truth. The money for Joe Biden is on hold. Kash Patel, I love him. He's one of my favorites. I think Trump has got a really good team now. He's got Kash Patel. He's got Stephen Miller. He's got Chris Miller. He's got Watley and Laura Trump in the RNC. He's got Whitaker. He's got Devin Nunes. He's got Scavino. He's got a lot of really, really good. He's got General Flynn. Hopefully he'll bring Bannon back into the fold. Peter Navarro. Several more people that were instrumental in the first term. This time he's going to do it right because he's not going to have people like Mike Pence appoint people, refer people for Trump to appoint. That's not happening this time. Trump's going to appoint the people he wants in this time. That's going to be the game changer when it comes to dealing with this whole situation with the crazy left. I believe Cash Patel will be the one going after these deep state actors because he knows as much about what's going on as anybody. Mike Benz, Cash Patel, and Stephen Miller, those three, they know exactly how the deep state has robbed our country of the truth right from the get-go. Last 3 years, last 7 years, they've been going after Trump, and all these folks, they know how it went down. They seen what happened behind the scenes. They were there when it happened. So, plenty of evidence available. Congress is doing their job, stacking it all together, getting all the files together, getting all the subpoenas available. So that way we can just hopefully hand this stuff right over to a real court and a real prosecutor and say, why don't you check out all the crimes we got documented right here on, let's start with Hunter Biden. Me, I would personally start with somebody like Adam Schiff, the people that perpetrated the lies on Trump. That would be my first ones I'd be wanting to put on the chopping block, as they say. All right. Let's go back. Throw another one up here. Now this here I thought was really weird. I ain't gonna play you but just a few seconds of the clip. But this lady says, this lady says on this clip that the White House staffers will get the shit beat out of them if they don't mind. Now, I couldn't believe this either. Listen real closely, folks. The audio is not the best.
The White House around the president that is set up specifically designed to prevent the public from often seeing the president in these extended, unscripted settings. And one thing that many of the folks that we spoke with that they are so furious about is this idea that when people have gone to these inner circle of advisors around the president to express some of these concerns, that they were not taken seriously or really brushed aside. This is what one top Democrat told me. They said, everyone who expresses any level of suspicion or contrary views, they call everyone and they beat the shit out of them and say, stay on message. Now, it is not just the inner circle of advisors that is getting a lot of this heat. It is also...
Damn. Keep your mouth shut. You're going to get the shit beat out of you. So every time somebody in the Biden staff or somebody got chattering about what they seen, gossiping, rumoring, somebody was cracking a whip, calling them up, berating them for telling the truth about what they seen. Don't believe your lying eyes, and if you do, don't tell anybody if you work here in this white building. Crazy stuff, folks. Get the shit beat out of them. Was that literal or just figuratively? But they were definitely being harassed, I guarantee you. I guess the way it works in the White House, if you see anything you ain't supposed to see, like slipping Biden, and you speak out about it, you're out of there. I bet that's how that works, folks. I wonder how many staffers they've got rid of just on that fact alone. Or maybe they're afraid to get rid of any of them because they'll tell their story. Just something to think about. Gonna beat the crap out of them. I heard it all. So not only are they strong-arming our country, they're strong-arming them little goofy Democrat staffers. That's plumb shameful. All right. I got one more clip I'm gonna bring to y'all, and then I've got a Tommcdonald. If you don't know who Tommcdonald is, this is one of the slower songs, but I do like it. It's called Heroes. It's a good one. It'll be after this next clip I bring to y'all. All right. See who we got over here in the comment section now. Uh-oh. We got Tim in here now. If y'all don't know Tim, go check him out. He's got a channel. Another great channel out there. We got a couple of them in here. A couple of my fellow podcasters in here. I'm glad to see it. Perfect, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. No doubt about it. I appreciate it. I don't like talking to myself. It makes me feel crazy. All right, y'all ready to get into another clip here? Yeah, Trump was great for everything. No doubt about it. Hillary Hinton. Yeah, we know about her. She's behind a lot of things. I could tell y'all stories that I went down a rabbit hole of reading documents and watching documentaries and researching footage. It was when I first started getting on YouTube about a little town called Mena, Arkansas, and they actually made a movie about it called I think it's called American Made or Made in America. Tom Cruise movie. Kind of highlights on some of the things that actually happened in that little town with a guy named Barry Seal. I'll get into that one of these days on one of my on one of these live streams. But I kind of got to be careful because it involves people like Bill and Hillary who are running that state of Arkansas, governor and head lawyer of the state. Watching all this stuff float in and out on these C-130s involving, in the end, the Iran-Contra scandal. Had something to do with that as well. But like I said, I'll bring you a full video clip of some of the things that I've learned about Mena, Arkansas. If you don't know anything about what I'm talking about, go check out Mena, Arkansas documentaries involving the cartel business there. I'm talking about the governmental cartels. All right, folks. Oh, thank you, Lisa. That's nice. I love y'all too. It's nice to have friends. It's nice to have people listen to your channel. Make you feel like I'm doing this for not just my sanity, but maybe I'm able to provide some kind of service for somebody out there. Maybe giving information, encouraging somebody to vote, or maybe just being an uplifting spot in somebody's day. It's one of these crazy meme videos that I like to share sometimes. I like the inspirationally uplifting and the things that really bring people joy. I love to share that. But also there's that I want to share the things that I know are not here on YouTube or that I have to go find elsewhere. Like on Alex Jones, I found a clip a couple of days ago that I had to share it. That's what I really enjoy the most. Besides the interaction with the listeners. And I do think I want to start doing a little more lives just because of the fact that get more interaction than talking to myself in front of a computer. All right, folks, I got 2 more things to bring to y'all today for sure. Let's go. We'll save the Tommcdonald video for last. And this here has got a little bit of a rainy picture on it. But we'll do what we can with it. Oh, jumped out. Let me do that again. Where'd it go? At the top. Yeah. Check this out, folks. Hold on, my volume's not on. Apologize, let me back up here. I don't know what the heck's going on with my volume in this one.
We are going to do with us. Put on notice if you fuck around with us. If you do.
Now, I hope I don't catch a copyright issue with this one. That's really that is the very worst thing about taking stuff from Twitter and Facebook and stuff and sharing it over to CommyTube is a lot of it have background music in it. And one thing about background music, YouTube don't like it. They copyright strike you if they can, copyright claim you every chance they get. All right, let's do this together again. Let me go ahead and get back into it. I think we're ready now.
Put on notice if you fuck around with us. If you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before.
The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer. 2024 is our final battle. They stole our jobs. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
The activation word, Ronald McDonald.
We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists. America will start winning again. Winning like never before. We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders, and we will bring back our dreams.
I like it. A little scared of a copyright strike behind it, but I like it. Now we're going to go ahead and go to one more that I know I can get away with playing because I can stop it a couple times in the middle of it and do a reaction video on it. I'm talking about none other than the great Tommcdonald. Dropped the fire video this morning. All righty, let's get into that. Yeah, I like that video too, Tim. I'm just scared of it. A lot of times these clips have background music, and if they just got a beat or a melody, I can get away with putting them on. But if they've got a clip of somebody else's music, like that was Van Halen, technically, even though it's not about Van Halen, they can give me a copyright claim or a copyright strike on YouTube accordingly. I had them do that to me over a Tom Petty clip, even a short. Give me a copyright strike behind it a while back. So I'm gun shy of musical stuff over here on YouTube. I don't know the rules that well. It is what it is. All right, let's get right into this last clip here. Let me take all these out. Bear with me one more time, folks. We're gonna do all right, bear with me, folks. Last song here, last video is Tommcdonald. I'll break it up a couple times, like I said, just for copyright sakes. Tell you what I think of it. I think it's another classic Tommcdonald. I don't see the American flags in it like most of his music and his Trump mask and his that, but I see the same message. I see it's about the everyday Americans. It's about the firefighters. It's about the soldiers. It's about the policemen. It's about the people, the everyday people. That's what makes this country. When we look at our flags, our American flags behind us or hanging on our houses, got them stickered on the back of our trucks. It's not just about the symbol. It's about the people that symbol represents. The entirety of the whole, our countrymen, our country. Our country is bigger than this flag. It's bigger than just the people that live here. Our country is an empire on the world stage. That's why it's so important to always look like the top one in the room, like Trump, versus sippy cups, poop sliding down his leg. Just sad case of a man. Joe Biden's been a sad case of a man for a long time, and now he's just old, decrepit, sad case of a man. So when I think about this American flag or a lot of Tommcdonald's patriotic music, I really appreciate it, not just for the symbolism, but for what it represents. It represents us. It represents you. It represents me. It represents the soldiers that have died to make sure we have these freedoms that a lot of people take so thoughtlessly, without even a second thought as to how we ended up here. People fought and died, went through revolutions to have the right to vote, to have the right to be free, to be emancipated from the bondage of your skin color back in the day. I won't get into that too much, but we've broken through a lot of the chains of life along the way, just struggling through. We are all the same, black, white, brown. We're all Americans. If you love this country and you want the best for this country, hopefully you'll go out and vote for this country and vote for Donald Trump. That's my point. That was the only point I really had to that. Now, I do want to tell y'all, right before I get into this video, my son, my oldest son, I've been talking to him about politics for about 3 or 4 years. And he's young. He's 24 years old. And so kind of in one ear and out the other. Well, he likes Tommcdonald. And over the last couple months, he's been listening to Tommcdonald a lot. And so now it's his favorite entertainer, I'm assuming. because he's always calling me now and asking me, what does this mean? What does this mean? Lyrics of Tommcdonald songs. And along the way, my oldest son is now going to get registered to vote, him and his wife, because they know we need Trump back. Never been politically activated before in any kind of way. Didn't know who the president was at one time. He wasn't sure who Barack Obama was. I mean, just totally clueless as to any drop of politics. And me trying to tell him was only going so far. And now he calls me with questions. So that's a blessing to me as far as I'm concerned. I've got both my kids and my son's wife. They're Trumpers now. And wasn't my doing. Maybe it was the state of the country. They realize Joe Biden sucks. But it's people like Tommcdonald, too, that help open eyes, people that actually have influence to get people thinking with things like their lyrics of their songs. That's why I like Tommcdonald so much. He's got a message. If you got a patriotic message out there that is reaching the masses that don't care about politics, hey, I love you for it. And that's the way I feel about Tommcdonald. He's a true patriot as far as I'm concerned. He's not even from this country. So that says a lot. Now let's get into this. Here we go. It's a banger, folks. I love it. I love it.
There's too many songs about diamond teeth and gold chains. Too many rappers who still glorify gangs. There's way too many rhymes about codeine and women we'd like to bang. I just wanted to make a song to say thanks. Thank you to the cops who really trying to make the world a better place, risking their lives to keep a man they never even met safe. They ain't trying to kill your kids or lock their father away. They got families who need food on their plates. And thank you to the firefighters. Whenever I hear sirens, I pray. It takes a special kind of man to run toward all the flames. When we see smoke and we need help, the fire can't be contained. They running in while everybody runs away. And thank you to the soldiers fighting for us, flying way overseas. Ain't never met you, but I love you because you're dying for me. I'm enjoying my freedom, and I know freedom ain't free. When the anthem plays, I don't take a knee. And thank you to the truckers, the janitors, and the average people. The ones holding the jobs that will damage your ego. The ones who do the most and in return they get zero. Screw what anyone says. Y'all are heroes. Everyday people.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Perfect. It's actually only the second time I've heard this song. Wow. Already. I love it. I love it. Tommcdonald, he's the man. He's talking about people like me and you. We've all probably had a degrading job at one time. We probably all had a job we didn't like. We've probably all been in a situation where we just felt like we were having a bad day, down on our luck, and maybe even being looked down on, maybe looking down on ourselves. We are everyday people. We are what makes this country what it is, who it is. America is only strong, not because of its military, but because of its people, because of its constitution, because of its laws that we're supposed to be following. That's what makes this country the safest place on earth, even in the worst of times. And we'll get back into it, but wow, this is a banger of a video. I love it. I love it. Consider myself an everyday people.
They know who they are, they aren't superstars, and they don't fight evil. They gotta do the hours with no superpowers. Everyday people don't always save the world, they don't get the girl, but y'all are heroes. Heroes. Too many songs about Xanax and faces covered with tattoos, and way too many asses on camera with rap dudes. Too much Gucci, Louis, Prada clothing trying to brand you. I just want to make a song to say thank you. Thank you to the paramedics coming at high speed in an ambulance, trying to get someone to breathe at the scene of an accident. Covered in a stranger's blood and trying to bring them back again. Their stress levels always at a maximum. Thank you to the carpenters, mechanics, and the welders and plumbers. Y'all are building all the roofs that we're under. Swinging hammers in the pouring rain, the snow in the summer. I hope you know that I appreciate your struggle. Thank you to the nurses and doctors fighting for everyone's lives. Y'all don't always find a cure, but I believe that you tried. The guilt of seeing someone who you tried to save die. Don't let it haunt you. Y'all bought them some time. And thank you to the priests and the pastors and the grocery store clerks. The ones who don't get thanked or paid enough for their work. Probably feel disrespected, and I'm sure that it hurts. But let me tell you, y'all are heroes for sure. Everyday people, they know who.
You know, he touches on a couple of things there that I just thought was really interesting. It don't matter what you do for a living. There's no shame in working. You're not hurting other people. You're making your living. You got your hustle like me. I do my scrap metal thing on the side. If you're working, you're trying to take care of yourself and your family. There's no shame in that, no matter what kind of job you got. I don't degrade anybody for being a trash collector or having a horrible job. Because, truth be known, I've had a lot of horrible jobs. There's times that I put myself in a situation where I was 3 stories in the air for $10 an hour. Just seemed like a stupid answer. Not at the time, but now that I look back, I realize, yeah, that's me. I've done that a lot. A lot of stupid things in order to get paid. A lot of people thought I was crazy behind just some of the things I did to get paid. But just like the scrap metal thing, you got to do what you got to do to make it. And there's no shame in that. All right, folks, let's get back into it.
Who they aren't superstars, and they don't fight evil. They gotta do the hours with no superpowers. Everyday people don't always save the world. They don't get the girl, but y'all are heroes. Heroes. You don't need a mask and a cape. Don't lose sleep wondering if humanity's safe. Whoa, whoa. And you don't gotta fly to the moon. Don't need X-ray sight to see the hero in you. Whoa, whoa. Everyday people, they know who they are. They aren't superstars, and they don't fight evil. They gotta do the hours with no superpowers. Everyday people don't always save the world. They don't get the girl, but y'all are heroes. Hero.
Wow. Tell me what you think, folks. Let me know down in the comment section. Let's light it up. See what y'all think. A little slower than normal for Tommcdonald. He's only got a few songs that are really kind of slow like this. He's does a little more rap, a little more aggressive beats usually, but his message is always clear. It always rings true to my heart as to what he's speaking about. He's always got a message in all of his songs. I think that is a unique thing for most music. Most musicians, if they put something in a song that people remember forever because they felt that message, that's wonderful. But this guy here, he does it every song. It just blows my mind. He's one of the few. But I don't even like rap music, but he's one of the few people I listen to all the time that I consider rap. Go figure. All right, folks, let's see what we got here. We got 6 people in here still at this point. Well, guys, that's the end of the show as far as what I got to bring to y'all today. Anybody have any questions, anything they want to comment, concerns, anything I can do to improve my channel? Now's your chance. All right, folks, let me get over here. Branding. I want to thank everybody for showing up today. I hope, God willing, I don't get a copyright strike. But I do want to let everybody know I do appreciate you coming and showing up. No doubt about it. Thanks for that, each and every one of you. And I'm going to go ahead and put my little intro thing in and jump out of here. All right. Peace, folks. Everybody have a great day. Over and out.